If you think the 4% breakout scan is giving you too many candidates, I have a solution for you. So currently the 4% breakout scan is basically what you're looking for is a stock which is a 4% plus, volume is greater than yesterday's volume and volume is greater than 100,000. So if you run this scan, you get 163 candidates. It also includes stocks like this, which are like basically gapped up and gave up the gains. And it also includes a lot of low price stocks which are making a 1 cent, 2 cents move. So one of the conditions which we want to see in a 4% breakout is that the stock should close near the high. So if you incorporate that condition along with the condition to reduce the number of lower price stocks, you can dramatically reduce the number of stocks which are showing up in 4% breakout, and that means you will be able to have a much better focus on a fewer stocks. So in order to do that, there is a simple thing which you can add, two things which you can add to the scan. So this is the original scan. C by C1 is greater than 1.04, which means that today the stock is up 4%, volume today is greater than yesterday's volume, and volume is greater than 100,000. And then C minus L divided by H minus L is greater than 0.8. What it tells you is that the stock has closed within 80% of its range. So like if it was at 100, then it closed above 180. So that way you're not looking at stocks which have faded their gains. And C minus O is greater than or equal to 0.20, means like you're looking for only stocks which are up 20 cents or more. So they had a 4% breakout, but they are up 20 cents and more. So if you apply that, you get 66 stocks only. So you have a very small universe to look at. And let's look at these stocks very quickly to see what it can do you find good candidate. Now all these stocks are near the high, so that's like not a problem. But the other conditions, which is not up 3 days in a row, is something which we have to still check for, and I'm not a fan of putting that as a condition in a scan. The reason being that sometimes you have just like in a stock which is up like technically this stock might be up 3 days in a row, right? Or like this may not be the ideal example, but you get a stock like this where like the stock is up 0.18 and 0.9%, and this is a third day of breakout. But that's actually a good breakout if you're looking at buying something from the bottom. So just putting in too many conditions can create a lot of problems. So given these conditions, what you can see is that you have only 66 stocks to look at. So obviously you have this RCM, which is a good candidate. You have NG, which is a good candidate. You have TSU, which is also possibly a good candidate. Negative candle here, like in a negative day before the breakout. USLV, which is a gap up, but like that's a ET up. And as you keep going down, you have like TLRA. So obviously, like, and if you run this scan during the day, if a stock has done 1.1 million, you would have found this stock at a much earlier level, like say here probably at around 400, 475, 485, whatever level was that. And I also highlighted it on the timeline, I think 2 times. So you have this blue line holding, which is a nice setup. It should have been also anticipation setup probably. Then you have this R fill, which is like, if you look at it, breaking out. MDR. Then you have ITIS, whose earnings is today, I think, and so be careful. Then JT. Okay. So CIB. So you have so many things to choose from. Like if you keep just going through this, you'll find that there are a lot of stocks to select from. And once you incorporate these conditions, whenever you run the scan intraday also, you will only see stocks which are closing, which are near the high. So what are these conditions? Basically, this remains same. This is the additional piece, C minus L divided by H minus L. So it like tries to find out where the stock is closing compared to its range for the day, and it should close within 80% of its high. And C minus O is greater than 0.20, which you can make 25 cents also. I made it 20 cents because a lot of low price stocks can make big moves, and I if you have a smaller account, I always recommend that you can like and focus on the smaller stocks because they do tend to make good moves. Okay, so that way you're dramatically reducing your universe to 66 as against the normal scan, which has basically 163 stocks. Okay, so that's a quick video to show you how to do this. I'll keep this on the screen for some time so that if you want to like a copy or like want to do this for a minute, I'll keep it so that you can like capture it. So that's the way you can like reduce the number of stocks which are showing up in your scan.